Ladies and gentlemen, we have the OMG show of the year. I'm looking for blood pressure medication because I think I died for a second there. I think I flatlined for a second from pure excitement. This was a show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what are you doing? Why didn't you just watch it? The NXT R Evolution. Whew, TLC has, they got to step it up if they want a good TLC show, because this was wow. Anyway, I'm just gonna go quick. I'm not gonna talk about the whole pre-show because if you've seen one pre-show, you've seen them all. But there was an important announcement that they had on the pre-show. Corey Graves announced that because of ongoing concussions and medical issues, doctors have advised him to hang up the boots, as they say. So he was forced to retire, and he announced that tonight. But he still will be with the company, just not as an in-ring competitor. He is joining the announce team for NXT, and tonight was his first night. I thought he did pretty well. Um, what are your thoughts on that? First off.
First off, I guess they just kicked out Albert, because like Albert was not part of the announcing. He was there at the pre-show, but then I was like looking for him, during the show, and I was like, all right, so they just kicked him out. They just said, forget you, Albert. So I guess they just kicked him out. I was really upset to hear that, he was forced into early retirement because this was a guy I was really excited for. I've been watching WWE 2K15 videos, and I never really got to see him in the ring, but I was like, man, I just really want to watch this guy. I started watching NXT. I'm like, where's Corey Graves? Where's Corey Graves? And then the first time I see him, this is the news I get. So I'm glad he's on the announce team, though. I think that's gonna be a good thing. But where's Albert? Come on, man. Where's he at?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we had a pretty good opening video package, kind of like WWE pay-per-views used to have, but they don't anymore. I thought it was really good. Any thoughts on the opening video package, kind of advertising the show?
I just like that it hit every single major, you know, wrestler. Like that was the cool thing about it. Like it didn't leave anyone out. Like the ones you were thinking about, that's what it hit. I like that it did that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, well, let's get into the show. We open. We don't open with just a little match, you know. We don't open with some jobber. No, no, no. That's not how we roll. We open. We open. Can you understand that? We open with the debut of Kevin Owens. The debut of Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen. Um, I I have to say I like his shirt. I think I'm gonna have to go buy it. The KO shirt, that was pretty cool. We had Fight Owens Fight chants. If you're not familiar with Ring of Honor, his saying used to be Fight Steen Fight when he was Kevin Steen. So I like that they kind of brought that over. The fans changed a little bit. And he looked really kind of emotional, not like sad, but you know, he finally made it to the big show, you know. So, but anyway, he so we had Kevin Owens versus CJ Parker. So it seems like they just kind of feed CJ Parker to new guys to kind of put them over. Uh, Unfortunately for CJ Parker. But anyway, right out of the gate, Owens hits Parker in the corner with two clotheslines and a kind of a senton flip in the corner. And the crowd immediately pops. Owens grabs Parker's sign. You know how CJ Parker always brings out a sign that says something on it. and he breaks it over his knee. I thought that was pretty cool. And then, oh my God, Owens does a flip over the top rope onto CJ Parker on the outside. Holy crap. And then we did actually get holy shit chants started. And Owens says this is only the beginning. So, we are in for a wow. Parker starts kind of turning it around a little bit and gets Owens on the mat, stomping on him. And then there was a point where Kevin was running at CJ Parker, and CJ kind of did a palm thingy to the face, which didn't look that devastating. But first of all, if you're not sitting down for this and you're a WWE fan, you need to sit down. You need to just sit down. We got blood. They tried to cut it and do different camera angles, but so you couldn't see. But you saw the blood. So end of the show, it looked more like he got like maybe a cut on the bridge of his nose. I don't know. It didn't look like he broke his nose, but I couldn't really tell what exactly happened. But we had blood. Anyway, Kevin Owens wins with a beautiful powerbomb. I really liked it. Wow, what an opening match. This kind of set the standard to let you know what kind of show this was going to be. What's your thoughts on the opening match and Kevin Owens' debut?
First off, I hate that CJ Parker gets fed everyone because I like CJ Parker. Like I said, he reminds me a lot of Bo Dallas. Why don't they just bring him up to the main roster, put him in a tag team with Bo Dallas, and then we could have a new tag team on the main roster? I don't know. Maybe they should. I think they should do that. They should do that. But specifically this match, I liked it. I did. It was a great way to start the show. Really, this is how you get the crowd pumped up for a show. You bring up the guy that practically everyone knows, and if you don't know him, you're gonna know him. I mean, the dude's just one of the best in the world. Freaking straight up, like Owens comes out with that springboard, ridiculous. The crowd was straight up ready during this match. They were, they were like, I think they stood up for this match. They were so excited. I I was thinking, I was like, you know what? They gotta let CJ Parker get a couple moves in, right? They can't just let him get dominated. Come on. Then he hits that like rolling leg lariat or whatever that he hit. I was like, okay, thank you for listening to me. And then he hit that, the palm thingy, the palm strike, I guess it's what they call it. That's the thing that they're taught in self-defense, and you're taught in like karate and stuff. Like if someone's attacking you, you hit them with the palm strike and it breaks their nose. Sorry, Kevin Owens, I think it broke your nose, bro. Cause oh my god, he started bleeding immediately. I was like, God, what happened? I was like, cause I know that's what it's used for. It's actually used. It can break your nose if it's hitting the right spot. So I guess he hit the right spot. Feel a little bad for Kevin Owens though. It looked like it hurt. It really did. Like especially once it started bleeding. I love the pop-up powerbomb that ended this match, but man, I'm gonna miss the cradle or the package pile driver. Like I'm gonna miss it a little bit. Maybe he'll be like, you know what? I got experience with this move. I can protect the dude. I got you, WWE. I doubt it, but it's a good thought. But overall, the match was good. The match was great. I loved it. Great way to start the show.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, next we had a segment where Michael Cole on NXT. Wow. He interviewed Adrian Neville. Neville says he wants to feel bad for Sammy, but Sammy put this stipulation on himself. He tried to change his mind, and it's not his burden anymore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, if Sami Zayn does not win the title, he is gone. He's gonna leave. He's done. So I thought this was cool that they had a split screen. One side they were showing the interview, and the other side they showed Adrian in the kind of warming up, getting ready for the night. Um, WWE used to do that, and they don't really do it anymore. I wish they would. Any thoughts on the interview? It was pretty short, but
Yeah, it was short, but it put it in perspective that this is a big thing. Like this match in general is a big thing. When they show the training shots and stuff like that, I think they do it for a reason. They don't do it as much for a reason. So then you feel like, okay, there's something special about this match. Neville's going to the main roster very soon. I can see that coming very soon.
he's gonna be there on
And
Raw.
huh?
He's gonna be there on Raw.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gonna be there. I'm excited though, cause my mind is starting to turn here. And I always like the smaller guys getting the championship, but I've never really been like, it never really looks right every time I see it. But my
Yeah.
mind is starting to turn. Like I'm getting used to it. I'm like, yes, this has to happen. So Neville's gonna make an impact on the main roster. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, Next we had a Lucha Dragons video package, which I really liked how they edited it. It looked cool. Any thoughts on the video package before I get into the next match?
Um, no, I have nothing on that. I didn't. I forgot about the video package after I watched this next match.
He's not doing his job. He's not doing his homework on this show, man. But anyway, next we have the NXT Tag Team Title match. The Lucha Dragons versus DJ's favorite tag team, the Vaudevillains. Um, This was a good match, but I felt like it should have been a little bit more intense than it was for a NXT special event. It kind of felt a little stale to me. I mean, that could have been because we had such an amazing opening match. You gotta catch your breath, and it's hard to follow something like that. It's hard to follow blood in the WWE. Uh, but also, um, anyway, uh, like I said, it seemed kind of dull to me a little bit, but that flip that Kalisto does against the ropes where his hands don't even touch the ground is amazing. Like, I ugh. But anyway, there was a point where the Lucha Dragons go for a double suicide dive on the Vaudevillains, but Simon Gotch moves out of the way, and Aiden English basically takes both of them. So I'm kind of wondering, anyway, I'll get to that next point after I say the Dragons retain, which I was surprised at. I thought the Vaudevillains were gonna win the titles. I really did. But I'm wondering, will the fact that Simon Gotch got out of the way and forced Aiden English to take both of the Dragons and the suicide dive, is that gonna start a little bit of maybe dissension between them? I don't know. Um, it's possible. We'll have to wait and see. But I just thought about that when I was watching it. Any thoughts on this tag team match?
Um, this was definitely not tag team match of the night. I don't think. Um, uh, it kind of upsets me because I do like the Vaudevillains and I like the Lucha Dragons. It like you said, it seemed a little stale. Um, Kalisto is just out of control. He just needs to settle down just a little bit. He's just too exciting. Just too exciting. I mean that handspring with no hands thing. I can't even explain what it is. Like ridiculous, man. Like anything Kalisto does is just ridiculous, and I love it. But I thought it was a decent match, but I think it could have been better.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the Dragons retaining? Because I'm sure you thought that the Vaudevillains were going to win.
Okay, Okay, that's my thoughts. I am upset. Um, seriously, I'm just upset because no, I am upset though because I thought the Vaudevillains were gonna actually win. I came into this looking for all three titles to change hands. Well, I didn't get it in this match. So you
I think we only got it in one match, but we'll get to that. We'll get. Anyway, the next match is I have no idea why we had this match on the card, but we did. Uh, we had Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin. The crowd starts the count immediately. Um, as soon as the bell rings, 1, 2, 3. Baron wins, and I think it was like 40 seconds. Um, but the big story with this was Bull Dempsey watched from the crowd the entire match, the entire 40 seconds of the match. And they had a face-off for a minute there after the match, but nothing happened. They just kind of stared at each other. I thought, they were gonna have a match at the NXT or Evolution. I thought they were. Why? I mean, no offense to Ty Dillinger, but this match felt pointless. Um, you know, I don't know. Any thoughts on this 40-second match?
yeah, it was like they're building to some event, but we don't even know what the next event is. So what are you building to? This is the event. This is what you were building for anyway. Um, I don't know. I don't understand why this match was so short. Um, I just wrote the moves that happened in the match, and that was it because it was really quick. But it was longer than usual too. So I don't really know. Um, I don't know what they're really building towards. I know they're building towards this feud, but is there another thing they're building towards, an event or something, or are they gonna just keep trying to one up each other?
They're gonna form a tag team. I know it. It's gonna happen. Um, Next segment was Cole interviewing Zayn this time. Again, they did the split screen interview and him getting ready in the backstage area. What I thought was funny about that was Zayn was talking to Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore. I just thought that was kind of funny. But in the interview, Zayn says basically, he wants to win the NXT title before he moves up to the main roster. He wants to have that under his belt before he goes to Raw or SmackDown, which is understandable. That's usually what they do anyway with NXT stars, except for Adam Rose, but he has a bunny. Um, so I guess unless you have a bunny, you have to win the title. I don't know. Um, but we had a video package of basically the history of Hideo Itami and the Ascension's feud, and then Finn Balor's debut, which was cool. Any thoughts on either the interview or the video package, or did you not watch the video package again?
I did watch it. But first off, Adam Rose made it to the main roster because he's a Rosebud, okay? Um, but I liked it once again. It was very similar to the kind of building up to that main event type of feel. As far as the video package goes, I liked it. I loved it. I loved it. I liked it. I really did because it got me ready for this next match I was about to see. This next match of greatness. So I liked it.
And the next match of greatness was the Ascension versus Hideo Itami and Finn Balor. Finn Balor's entrance tonight was freaking amazeballs. Amazeballs. And he actually did the body paint. I know I told you in the past that he used to do that in the indies where he would paint part of his body. I didn't think WWE was going to bring that in, but they did, and it was amazing. Oh my god. And if you get a chance, go into WWE shop.com or shop.wwe.com. Check out Finn Balor's new T-shirt. It is awesome, and I think it's already sold out because pre-orders are not in until December 26th. So, or maybe it's just not on sale yet, but it's on there. I saw that. That was pretty cool. Which I don't know why it wouldn't be if Kevin Steen's is already on. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, um, and if you noticed, Connor's face after Finn's entrance was hilarious because he was kind of like, what is this? What is going on? He just looked like perplexed. A brawl begins before the bell even rings, and we get two hesitation drop kicks again, and we actually got a marking out chant. Everyone chanting "marking out" was awesome. We got a lot of really good chants tonight, which shows how amazing the show was. Baylor and Itami had the Ascension reeling for a while, but the Ascension did start to come back and gain control. They kept Hideo Itami isolated from Finn for quite a while, just kind of slowing down the pace to their pace. Victor goes for a shoulder thrust on to Itami in the corner. Itami avoids it, and then Connor comes in trying to take advantage, but Itami throws him out of the ring. Itami goes for the tag with Finn, but Connor knocks Finn off of the ring apron. Itami finally gets the pin, and Baylor comes in, or Balor. I always pronounce it differently, but it's Balor. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should know this. Comes out on fire. Finn goes for a clothesline to Victor in the corner. Victor blocks it, and he goes to sit on the top rope, kind of getting ready to go for something off the ropes. And Finn comes back with an enziguri, knocking Victor off of the turnbuckle to the outside. I don't know how you spell enziguri, but I tried. I tried. I get an A for effort. Finn does a beautiful suicide dive onto the Ascension. Then Finn almost wins with a reverse brainbuster suplex, which looked pretty cool. The Ascension go for the Fall of Man on Finn Balor, but Hideo drags Connor to the outside. Victor goes for a clothesline on Finn. Finn ducks, and Victor turns into the Pele kick. Baylor and Itami get twin double foot stomps on the Ascension, and they get the win. And I noticed even in their victory celebration, they still had that spotlight on Hideo that just kind of makes it look cool, kind of like in his entrance. I noticed that. But any thoughts on this match?
I really liked this match. To start, when Finn Balor came out, his entrance, oh my goodness. I had never seen any of his painting type of stuff. Actually, I saw it one time because I looked it up because I wanted to see like what it looked like. So then I know what it may perhaps look like if he ever did in WWE. And when I saw him come out with the dreads or whatever he had on his head, I was like, oh my god! I was excited. I was really excited. It was great. The entrance was great. This match was great. I liked how the Ascension, they dominated this match early on, but they didn't make it look like they were killing Itami either. Like they didn't make him look weak while dominating Itami. When Itami went for his finisher, I don't know if you caught how huge that pop was when he went for. I don't know what his finisher's called because I haven't seen a lot of him, but He went for his finisher, fireman's carry style type of finisher. I'm not sure what I think it may be double knees, something like that. He got the biggest pop like ever. I was like, goodness. But I like the dueling double foot stomps, and I also like the dueling hesitation drop kicks in love. So I thought this was a good match though. I liked it. Liked it.
Yeah. I hope we get more matches like this, tag team matches like this, and hey, maybe on the main roster too. You see how much the fans love it in NXT. Why don't you bring it up to the main roster? Um, just doesn't make sense. But anyway, our next segment, the lovely Renee Young interviews her special guests for tonight, Roman Reigns. I was kind of let down. This was basically only so Roman can be creepy and hit on her like he always does. I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. She asks his thoughts on being voted Superstar of the Year, which I call BS on that. No, he is not the Superstar of the Year. If anything, it's like Daniel Bryan or like Seth Rollins or somebody. No, he does.
Or Brock
No,
Lesnar.
no, no. First of all, they make the Superman punch seem so much more difficult to do than it is. My grandma could do that. But anyway.
What about Cena?
Anyway, he also says he's going to be the first NXT alumni to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. No, because Seth Rollins is going to win it, or Dean Ambrose, because they deserve it, because they wrestle. They don't just do like 5 moves plus the Superman punch. I'm sorry to any Roman Reigns fans. I don't like him. He bores me. Anyway, any thoughts on the interview? It was again really short, almost not worth mentioning, but it's in the show, so we have to mention it.
Yeah, I like the interview actually. I like Roman Reigns for some reason. I don't know. I like Roman Reigns. I feel like he was putting over NXT, which I liked, especially early on in the interview. During that first question, he kind of put over NXT, which I really liked, especially to see somebody who came from NXT go back to NXT and say, this is the future right here. And speaking of the future, he did say that. And I like that he said his main goal was to go after to be the first NXT alumni to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The reason I like this was because it really, whoever does it doesn't really matter if it's him, Rollins, Dean. It really gives prestige to what NXT kind of represents, and it representing kind of the future. So I like that he said that, or at least mentioned it.
All right. Next segment, they show Charlotte backstage getting her makeup done because you need makeup to wrestle. Yeah, completely makes sense.
On the contrary, you do have to have makeup on to be on TV. So
No, you
it
don't.
works out. Yes,
No,
you do. You
no,
look like trash if you don't.
no, you don't.
Famous president did it one time. I don't remember his name, but he looked like trash doing it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, no, no. I mean, if you are naturally beautiful, you don't need it. These women are gorgeous. They don't need it. But anyway, Ric Flair is there. Obviously, her dad, her father, gives her a hug. I don't know. It just, yeah, not really much to say. Any thoughts on her backstage segment thing that they didn't even have any? I don't know.
Um, not really.
All right.
Not really.
And then we had a Charlotte video package about how she was born genetically superior and the feud with Sasha Banks and just kind of hyping up the NXT Women's Championship match. Any thoughts on that?
Um, I I know she's a Flair, but I hate when she says I'm genetically superior. It just frustrates me because she's supposed to be this face, and then she says things that make me feel like she's a heel.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. She just seems cocky to me, and the way she like punks down everyone she fights ever, even Natalia. Like, oh, come on. I mean, I like Charlotte. Don't get me wrong. I love Charlotte, but man, she does stuff that doesn't really make sense with where she is, which I kind of like, but I'm kind of like, hmm.
Yeah, you liked it on Raw when she punked
Oh
out.
yeah, I did. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it's more like it just doesn't make a lot of sense the majority of the time.
Yeah, but a lot of things WWE doesn't make sense. But um, anyway, next we did have the NXT Women's Championship match, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. I I loved the shirts that they had on because Charlotte had her shirt that says, "If you're gonna do it with flair." Sasha Banks had the same shirt on, but it said, "If you're gonna do it like a boss." So that was pretty cool. I like that. And I just gotta say, damn, Sasha looked good tonight. I don't know what it was, but girl. Whew.
That
Anyway,
theme song. That theme song.
I gotta cool down a little bit. Anyway,
You gonna be able to take this match or?
yeah, no, you take it, and then I'll put my little points in there. I gotta go take my blood pressure medication.
All right. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. This match was in freaking incredible. I don't care what anyone says. This match was in freaking incredible. Let me tell you why. Why is the perception of women's wrestling the bathroom break? This was not a bathroom break. I would have not left my seat over there for to go to the bathroom during this match. This match was incredible. I loved it. I loved it. So I love the shirts. I like that. I like how it kind of shows that they were best friends a little bit. That they were best friends, but now Sasha's kind of changed a little bit. Um, Sasha pulling the heel move, throws the shirt at Charlotte. But Charlotte, she's not gonna have that. Charlotte, she's genetically superior, so she's not gonna have that. Um, like I said, I love how Charlotte punks everyone down. Um, she, she just punks everyone down. She doesn't care. Um, we get some chops to the chest by Charlotte after Banks had tried one of her own. Um,
The
Banks
typical,
kind of took control. What?
typical Flair chop spot. We knew it was
Oh yeah,
coming.
yeah. You had to know. You had to know it was coming. After the chops, Banks kind of took control a little bit when she threw Charlotte into the steps, and then Banks hits the double knees. She hits the double knees on Charlotte between the middle ropes in the corner. I don't remember exactly how that happened, and that's why it was so hard to explain in my words. But it was awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Banks does the strut, the Ric Flair strut, as she's going in for a slap, but I'm pretty sure it got reversed as Charlotte's seen it a mile away. He went for the bankrupt into a double. It was like kind of a double underhook type of submission. Um, and actually it wasn't an underhook. It was a really like bendy submission. It's hard to explain because I know you mentioned how females are more limber, so it
Yeah.
makes it look like sometimes it makes it look like it hurts more than maybe it does. And like I think this was a good example of that. Like it really did, like the way she was bending made it look like it was hurting a little more. Um, Banks hits the she gets like this leg lock on the head of Charlotte. going here, and then she pulls a Madison Rain and does the heaven, as Casey calls it. She does the heaven move.
Whew.
Um, and then after that, Charlotte she hits a big electric chair drop. It looked like it hurt a little bit. We get the suplex reversal, but Charlotte hits a nice neck breaker. I thought the neck breaker was really nice. We get a beautiful suicide dive by Sasha Banks, a big spear a little later on by Charlotte, and then Charlotte reverses the bank statement into what we thought was going to be a figure four, but Sasha rolls her up for a near fall, and that was actually a pretty close near fall. We get a big throw by Charlotte that looked really nice, pulling out her inner Taz. Then Charlotte lands on her feet off of a moonsault, then does a flipping senton, which looked pretty crazy. I got a near fall, but because Banks got her feet on the ropes. Then Banks goes for a superplex, but she gets hit with a reverse suplex. One of the reverse where they throw you back on your face. Then Charlotte hits the natural selection from the top rope to win this match. And like I said, I heard Alex Riley say, I've never seen, it was during this match at one point when Sasha Banks did something in particular. He was like, I've never seen a women's wrestler do that before. That's the perception of women's wrestling right there. Thank you, Alex Riley. You think they're just, these beautiful girls who can't do anything but, catfight. But as you saw tonight, I mean, WWE, it's right there in front of your freaking face. Like, all you have to do is do it on the main roster. It's not, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, there was a point where they were on the outside and Sasha threw Charlotte into the steel steps, which looked pretty good, Then, as you pointed out, there was a point where Sasha basically uses Charlotte's own figure four headlock. Charlotte manages to get up and has Sasha still on her shoulders, and I think Charlotte was kind of she was pulling out a little bit of Edge tonight. If you notice, she did the electric chair, which I haven't seen since Edge did it, and she did an Edge spear. And after the spear, she popped up exactly like Edge does. I swear to God, it looked exactly like Edge. And actually, in this match, we actually got a "This is Wrestling" chant. In a Divas match, we got a "This is Wrestling"
in a Divas match!
Like, that just shows you right there. This was an amazing match. I don't want to get my hopes up because I know WWE, but man, we need more Divas matches like this.
Did you see how hyped the crowd was? This was a freaking Divas match, and the crowd was into it as they were into any other match tonight. Like, this is what the crowd wants to see. This is what the universe wants to see. Like me and you are a testament to it. We like seeing beautiful women. Don't get me wrong, but we like to see them have some talent in the ring as well. Like, we like to see them put on a good match too. That's even better, dude. Like,
yeah. Wow. Next was the Neville and Zayn video package, right? I think.
Yeah.
Basically, just kind of going over what we already know. If he doesn't win the title tonight, he's leaving. Blah blah blah. I liked that during both of their entrances, they showed them walking in the back to the curtain, which shows you this is a big match because WWE doesn't do that anymore either, which I used to really like. So that was cool. I'm going to let DJ talk about this match first because, again, I didn't write a lot about this match, not because it wasn't a good match, but because I was, oh my God, I was ready.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I was also ready for this match, and like you said, the backstage portions that they showed just not only at the beginning of this match, but throughout the night helped this match even feel even bigger. Um, all I gotta say is, Sammy, we all know you can't win the big one. So just think about that as you're listening to me run down this match. So this match started off technically kind of like the last match we had. It was a similar technical startup. We had a startup that was really technical. Neville takes control with the technical prowess here. Zayn hits a nice tilt-a-whirl back break. And then Zayn hits a springboard moonsault. I think we saw it in the first match, or not the first match. The first match I saw, the last match they just had. We saw it in that match too. I think it's one of Zayn's main moves. Neville at this point, he's like, I'm a little rattled here. He starts to he starts to think about a count out. I had the word in my mind, but this match got me excited. He starts to think, maybe I should get counted out here. I think I'm gonna do it. But he gets back to his senses, and when I come back, he's got him in a headlock. For some reason in this match, I was watching it, and then I had to restart it, and then I had to come back to it, and it was at a different spot, but it wasn't too far ahead. But after that, we got a big European uppercut by Adrian Neville, which is one of my favorite moves ever besides the Tiger Bomb. Zayn with a big clothesline to shift momentum because Neville was starting to take control again. Neville hits a nice head scissors takedown. But Zayn, once again, he turns it around and he goes for a flipping senton over the top rope on Neville again. I think that this may have been, was this the second time he hit it in this match, or am I thinking about the moonsault?
I think this was the second time he hit it.
Because I think he hit it early and then he hit it a little bit near the middle of the match too.
Yeah, I think so.
But when he hit this one, Zayn hit his back really hard. It looked like on the ramp, because like it looked like he was in pain for a second. I think adrenaline kind of took over a little bit, and he started to get up and get hype. So then we got a cartwheel catch into a spinning powerbomb by Sami Zayn for a near fall, which I love. That spinning powerbomb. It's a spinning sit down powerbomb. Like I really love that move. We got a bridging German suplex by Adrian Neville for a near fall, and then Neville hits a sit down powerbomb for a near fall. Then we get the forearm exchange that you kind of get during a lot of matches, but it leads to a big clothesline by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn gets his leg up as Adrian Neville is going for the red arrow. He's looking to end it here, and Sami Zayn gets his knees up, and I'm like, oh man, there we go. And then he locks in I can't remember how exactly you pronounce it. Is it Kruji Clutch or Kuji Clutch? How do you pronounce that?
I think it's like Koji Clutch.
Koji Clutch.
Koji.
I was close. Something. It was a clutch by Zayn, and it's nice. I like it. But Neville gets his foot on the bottom rope. Sami Zayn, in control here, goes for an exploder suplex, but it's reversed into a roll-up by Neville. I'm like, it better not end this way. It better not end this way. He goes for the roll-up, but that's also a near fall. A super kick into a reverse Hurricane Rana. This was actually, I think, Sami Zayn had got his back turned to Adrian Neville. I can't remember if this was the first time that the ref had got knocked down or not, but he got his back turned to Adrian Neville, and Adrian Neville hits the reverse Hurricane Rana, and it actually looked like this could have been a legitimate ender here. There were some great false finishes in this match. Zayn hits 2 German suplexes, and then hits a nice belly-to-back hammerlock like type of throw. Zayn dives through the first and second turnbuckle to hit a nice spinning DDT. I love it when he does that move. Zayn goes for the haluva kick, and he hits Adrian Neville, but the referee is right there checking on Adrian Neville, and he also gets hit with the haluva kick. And Zayn is like, wait a minute, I gotta make sure, Zayn's a good guy, so he's gotta make sure the ref is alright. So he's making sure the ref is alright, and Adrian Neville grabs the NXT title, and he is about to hit Zayn so he can get this win, because as long as he gets this win, he keeps his title. So he's about to hit Zayn, and Zayn hits the haluva kick on Adrian Neville, but the referee is still out. The belt's laying right there in the ring. Right there in the ring. Sami Zayn is thinking, I might use this because I got to get this belt. My career is not going to end on this. My career is not going to end on this, darn it. He picks up the belt. He's got it in his hands, ready to hit Adrian Neville. He is ready. He is ready, darn it. But then he decides against it, and he puts the belt down. Neville rolls him up again for a near fall. Oh my goodness, this was even closer, I think, than a couple of the other ones. Like it was really close. And then after that we get an exploder suplex into a haluva kick for the win. Sami Zayn is your new NXT World Champion, or NXT Champion. I don't know how you want to say it, but he is your new NXT Champion. And finally it happened. And the locker room comes out to congratulate Sami Zayn. And guess who's the first guy out there? Kevin Owens. Big time friend of Sami Zayn. Been friends for so long. So he's the first guy to come out there and, greet Sami Zayn after he gets this big win. Zayn reaches out his hand for Adrian Neville to shake it. Adrian Neville kicks it away and gives him a big hug. So what'd you think about this main event of the evening?
It was a great main event. There was one thing I wanted to talk about before the match actually started, was when Adrian was on the top rope during his entrance. He looked over to Sami Zayn, who was crouched in the corner, and Sami just kind of waved at him. And then they showed a close-up of Sami's face, and he had kind of a confident smile on him. So that was kind of... It was reminiscent of the last match where he was real confident, so I was like, I don't know. And then again before the match, not before the match, the bell had already rung, but before they even locked up, we had "Let's go, Sammy, Neville sucks" chants, which just shows he's over right now. The fans want him to win. And at this point you could cut the tension and excitement with a knife. Before they even locked up. I mean, before they even touched, it was insane. I'm so happy that, my boy Sami Zayn won the title. Great match. I loved at the end of the match, the entire locker room came out. They, everyone congratulated him. The first one to do it was Kevin Owens. Gave him a big hug. If you're not a fan of Ring of Honor and you don't know why, or if you're like, wait, he just debuted, what? They were in Ring of Honor together for a long time. They used to be in a tag team together. I mean, they've traveled the world with each other. So, but anyway, but after his celebration and everything, he gets out of the ring, and again, Owens comes over and kind of congratulates him. They start to walk up the ramp arm in arm, hey buddy, let's go. Out of nowhere, Kevin Owens attacks Sami Zayn and then delivers a powerbomb onto the ring apron, which you really only ever see in Ring of Honor. So I'm surprised. Are they giving him a push this early? I mean, he just debuted. I felt it coming a little bit. I felt like somebody had to turn on him, to start the next, number one contender for the title. I didn't expect it to be tonight. I expected it to be on the next NXT, when it usually is, like, when somebody wins the World Heavyweight Championship on a pay-per-view, it's usually the next night that somebody comes out to challenge for it or something. But they didn't waste any time in this kind of turn, this heel turn or I don't even know if you would consider it a heel turn for somebody who just debuted. But so that was cool. I'm excited. Gets you excited to see what's happening in the coming weeks. I'm excited to see what the next NXT pay per view is. Hopefully, it lives up to this one, or maybe hopefully it surpasses it. Um, any thoughts on him, the turn there?
Yeah, man. I was watching it, and I was kind of looking up and looking back down, and then I look up again, and I was like, all right, this is over. They're just gonna celebrate. That's all that's gonna happen. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And then I said, you know what? Let me watch a little bit more. I don't think anything's gonna happen, but I'll just watch it to the end, and then when it ends, it ends. I'll be ready for the review. It was a good show. I'm excited for the review, and I'm watching it, and they're going up the ramp, and Kevin Owens slams him down on his like head, and then dude, like the first thing I thought of, he decided to go. He put him in the power bomb clutch, like before he actually lifts him up. And I'm like, if he does that package power driver, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave, cause like just the way like he kind of hesitated with it, it kind of
Yeah.
looked like he had thought about it a little bit. But he when he hit the power bomb on the apron, just the same, it's still gonna hurt. Um, wow, dude, that's how you get heel heat right there. I've said it many times. If you go attack the most over guy, that's how you're gonna get heel heat. And you know, I was wondering the same thing. Are they gonna give him a push this early? He just got there. I know he's worked hard and everything, but are they gonna really give him this push this early? Um,
And
and it kind of shows you a little bit of how much faith they have in Sami Zayn as well, because if let's just say him and Owens feud and second, third match in, Owens wins, then that lets you know Zayn's probably going to the main roster soon too. Um,
yeah,
so it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with especially next Thursday on NXT. I'm excited. I'm excited.
yeah. There's so many guys right now that could be up on the main roster right now. Um, you know, um, and I was surprised that they allowed him to do the power bomb onto the ring apron. And if they're letting him do that, why don't they let him do the package pile driver? They're kind of in the same realm of danger. Things can happen in either one. But anyway, before we do our last kind of follow me on Twitter, blah blah blah, I did want to share with you guys. I was just looking on WWE's shop.com. They're having a TLC special where you can get 30% off shirts, 40% off DVDs, and 20% off title belts. So go check that out. I don't know how long they're gonna have it. I think they just started it today. It's after midnight here. So they might just have it up until TLC. I don't know. But definitely, if you want to go get a shirt, the ones that are like 19.99 are down to like 13 something, which is cool. There was a couple of shirts I wanted to get, so I might just do that. But anyway, follow me on the Twitter right there. Let us know what you thought of this show. Tell us what your favorite match was. Tell us, what do you think is next for any of the competitors in this show tonight? Who do you think is going to go up to the main roster next? Who do you think will go after that? Anything. What do you think of Corey Graves unfortunately being forced to retire and go to broadcasting now or announcing? I'm personally upset, but I'm happy he's still going to be there because I liked him. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, and I'll throw it over to DJ to end the show.
All right. One more thing before I do my closing remarks. I saw. I've been wondering about this just because I hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks. Bo Dallas um, is actually injured right now. I can't remember exactly what the injury was. I think it may have been a concussion. So that's where he's been. Because I've been wondering about it because I was like, Bo Dallas is doing pretty well. Now are they demoting him? What's going on? So I looked into it, and he's actually injured. So that's where Bo Dallas is. But I am not injured, so you can follow me on Twitter right now as we speak. You can follow me on Twitter at beastmode123100. That would be great. I would be so happy. Like Casey said, feel free to give your comments on anything wrestling in general, especially this show, because this is a good thing. If this is your first time watching NXT, this was a good show to come in on. I think um, definitely was. I feel like I really appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're still here, feel free to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, if you're new to the channel, hit that button, and I'll be happy for it. I did wear my yellow and black for the NXT review. If you guys didn't notice, I did. I meant to point it out earlier, but I forgot. But that's okay. But we'll see you guys later. TLC review coming on Sunday night at some point. Hopefully not too late. Hopefully, depending on what time I'm working or whatever. And also, NFL picks are coming soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, that's the hope. But we'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Peace. Peace, guys.